Have you ever found yourself in the shower or on a long drive or going for a walk and all of a sudden it's like bing, a light bulb goes off and you get this amazing idea? Why do you think that is? And why is it important? Well, if you're wondering to yourself, why does that happen, Summer? Why is it important? I'm so glad that you asked. Thank you. Happy Monday. Welcome to your weekly wisdom. This week is a continuation over the past few weeks where we've been talking about how are we going to prepare for 2023? How are we going to move into this year with intentionality and show up as the people that we want to show up as? And a big part of that is in the preparation and in downtime. You see, I'm going to use my notes for this. There has been a lot of study that has been done on the brain and the way our brain works. And you see, our brain is in two modes at any given time, not counting sleep. The first mode is our action-oriented mode. This is when we're studying. This is when we're at work or school. This is when we're watching TV or scrolling social media. Our brain is still processing information, even during that downtime of scrolling through Instagram or whatever it happens to be. Now, the second mode of our brain is called DMN, the default mode network. And this happens when we are thinking about our past, thinking about our future, or our brain just has the ability to take a break, such as when you're taking a shower, when you're on a long trip, when you're going for a walk. And that is where creativity happens. That lets us think about who we are and how we fit into the world and how all of these things happen and why it matters. And so the bit of advice that we are going to give you moving into 2023 is to give yourself some time to think. Give yourself some downtime. Give yourself, if you're like me and the idea of just sitting and thinking is a little cringeworthy, give yourself 10 minutes. 10 minutes to do absolutely nothing. Forgive the sounds. We have family in town for the holidays, and that is my daughter's chinchilla, Princess Fluffy Pants. And I know y'all are wanting to see Princess Fluffy Pants. She is in the office with us. See, there she is. She is quite fluffy. She's quite fluffy. We will put a close-up picture in the video for those of you who are truly wondering. And if you're wondering, chinchillas do make great pets. Okay, so back to this. We want you to take downtime. Take some time for your brain to just relax because we have so much information going into our brains at any given time that it can be really overwhelming. So think about, without any goals whatsoever, just sit and think about what would make next year the most ideal year that you have ever had. What are those things that you want to accomplish next year? And what would that feel like? What would that smell like? What would happen? Would it be around food? Would you be tasting something? Would you be with somebody particular? Would you be smelling their perfume or cologne? Envision it. Give yourself time to think. Don't write things down. Don't get up. Don't get excited. Don't have anybody call your name. And I know you're thinking, but Summer, how do I do that? Okay, so we have some tips for you. The first tip is that you need to schedule it. You need to schedule your downtime. Make it at a time, preferably when you have the ability to be by yourself. Again, it only has to be 10 minutes. It can be up into an hour, depending on what your comfort zone is. But it only needs to be 10 minutes. So schedule it periodically from now until the beginning of next year. If you happen to be thinking about something else, to where you're taking a walk, you're driving, whatever, and you have that light bulb happen, and you're like, I need that. Figure out a communication system with yourself. I text myself all the time. When something happens and I'm in class, I'll text myself. Most of the time it's ideas for weekly wisdoms because that light bulb goes off and I'm like, we all need to know this. So find a system with yourself. One of my favorites is texting yourself because now with voice to text, you can say, hey Siri, send whatever you have. I am Summer in my phone. Send Summer a text and Siri will do it for you. So even if you're driving, you can still capture those moments. And then finally, when you're doing this, get out of your norm. So when you're having this intentional time to think, get out of your norm. One of my favorite places to do it is go to a Starbucks, put in my earbuds, have my computer in front of me so I look like I'm doing something, and then just think. Go for a walk, go to a place that inspires creativity. For animal people, go to the zoo. Walk around the zoo by yourself. No kids, no family, nobody else, just you. Spend time in a place that maybe you don't spend a lot of time that can help start driving that creativity. I'm going to be dropping a link down in the comments that is going to have a lot more information about this and why it's important. So I highly suggest if you're like, oh, this sounds like a good idea, or maybe if you're a little bit skeptical, take a moment, read the link, and discover something new. All right, so with that, thank you so much for joining me for this week's Weekly Wisdom. I hope you have an amazing week and a happy and safe holiday season with your family. Don't forget, as always, you got this. See you soon.